Hello guys, my name is Michelle.
I'm Tommy.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about the design decisions of our peers trading strategy. Um, so we ended up picking FXA and XME. As we know, Australia is a significant global exporter of commodities, especially in metals. And when the prices of metals rise, the value of Australians' exports increases. There would be an influx of foreign currency, which often needs to be converted to the Australian dollar. And this leads to an increase in the demand of the Australian dollar, which then strengthen the currency. So there is a positive correlation between the Australian dollar and the um between those two ETFs. Um, and the second reason we choose the pair is because the relationship is more nuanced. We don't our strategy to be a cliche, which would make it less effective. And yes, the plot here shows the relative long-term correlation, which is 0.638. We always want to compare the short-term correlation with the longer term to spot any deviation, which in this case is the decrease in the correlation between the pairs. We also show the 15 trading day correlation here because we would use it as an entry signal. We calculate the 252 trading days to see if the pair is sufficiently correlated. Um, for a pair's trading strategy, it's a good lens because it's not too long to be relevant, but at the same time, it's stable enough. And we calculate the 15 trading days a correlation to see if the correlation actually deviates. We pick the lens because we can see a rather clear difference between what counts as a usual scenario and what counts as a deviation from the high correlation, as suggested by a plot that Tommy will show later. We are also balancing precision with noise here. It's not so long that we fail to capture the quick deviations today, but meanwhile, excuse me, it's not so short that we capture small deviations caused by randomness.
So, for which one to short and which one to buy long, we ended up going long on FXA and short on XME. This was mainly a strategy of just buy low, sell high. We were kind of looking for the ETF that was low in value relative to its past monthly performance. Or high in value and expecting it to come down, so either change. So XME obviously was relatively high on the date we decided to implement the strategy. So we thought we would go short on XME, thinking it would go down because it is high right now. And then FXA, we hoped it would grow in value. So we were going to go long on FXA. So hedge ratio, our strategy was just pretty simple, pretty basic cash equivalent. We wanted the overall weight in each position to be relatively the same. Additionally, after doing some math, we came out with a ratio of 5 to 6, considering the trading price at the time we were making this investment. So doing some math, it would be for every 5 shares of FXA we trade, we'd like to also trade 6 shares of XME. So now getting into kind of the meat of our strategy here. So we enter the trades based on the deviations, obviously, and checking out their correlations as well. And we exit the trade based on returns. So when the correlation over the last 15 trading days is under 0.25, that's when we decided it would be a good time to enter. and exit when the returns are above the average daily returns for the past month. With the current holding position period in days. So additionally, if that did not work out when the standard deviation of daily returns of the holding period is over 150% the standard deviation of daily returns of the last 3 months, that would also be our strategy to exit. Some benchmarks, we honestly were just looking for a positive return, just really anything exceeding 0. And we aimed to achieve this regardless, because we want an investment that is gonna achieve positive returns regardless of market conditions, or as a market neutral strategy. So thank you for listening to our presentation, and have a good day.